we are having a better hair day today, I think. And it is National Leopard Scarf Day, which just means you live in New Jersey. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a video testing out oily hack tips and tricks from fellow YouTuber, excuse me, I'm sick, I apologize. YouTuber Nikkia Joy. I hope that I'm pronouncing that right and I'm not butchering your name. I was really inspired to go and test this out because I also have oily skin and I can never find a way to get my skin to stay matte throughout the day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each one of her steps and I'm going to do them myself. I'm going to test it throughout the day and I'm going to come back at the end of the day and see whether or not it worked. I do apologize for the fan. It is like 90 degrees in here. I have this scarf on. And by the way, new hair color, which I think it's my natural hair color. We're gonna go with it's my natural hair color. Anyway, we're gonna go through the day. We're gonna see if it works. I'm supposed to be going down to Delaware to see my sister today, so we'll see how that goes. And by the time I get back, I will have an update for you guys and tell you whether or not these work. Okay, step number one is skincare. If you have oily skin, you want to make sure that you do have the correct system in place to keep your skin in check as much as you possibly can. I have used the Clinique 3-step. It is the number 3 combination to oily skin for about 2 months now, maybe. It is a cleanser, a toner, and a gel. It is not a lotion. They actually recommended the gel for oilier skin types like myself. So I picked up the gel, excuse me, I pulled. And I have used that religiously night and day. If I do not use it at night, it will break me out, so make sure that you do take care of that. And also, if you have oily skin, you want to make sure that you exfoliate at least once a week with a gentle exfoliant. I do it once a week, almost like every Sunday I start my week off with an exfoliant. If you feel like you have problem skin that's worse than that, then I would definitely seek out, a dermatologist or something like that. Go into one of the skincare specialist counters and ask what they recommend. But that is what I personally use. I just wanted to kind of skip down on that step a little bit. I don't think I need to go into great detail about step number 1. So let's move on to step number 2. Step number 2 is to use a primer and then a setting spray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the professional only on the parts where I need it the most, which is right here and right here. So I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of that out and I'm going to rub it right where I have the biggest problems with my pores. Take a little bit more and do this side. And some people use one primer, I use 2, so I just use this and tap it in a little bit. I just use this in this area to try and minimize my pores, because I have really big pores in that area. And then what I'm going to do is take the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer on the rest of my skin. Now, this is a really good primer for keeping your skin matte, but it is extremely thick. So you have to rub it in your hands a little bit just to warm it up. And literally all you need is just a tiny bit, because it is very thick and heavy. So I'm gonna rub the rest of that in, put some on my nose and up in the T-zone where it needs it the most. And then what she recommends is to, after you do your primer, is to use a setting spray, and she actually recommended in another video to use the Model in a Bottle, which I actually do have. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh my god, it's so perfumey. Gonna spray it. Now this doesn't take a while to dry. If you do not have the Model in a Bottle, then I would recommend the Urban Decay De-Slick for oily skin. So you're just going to let that sit, and it is dry. I'm doing my little dry test. It is dry, so we are going to move on to step number 3. Okay. Step number 3 is to use a eyeshadow primer around your T-zone. Now this is kind of a first impression for me. I have a couple of eyeshadow primers, and the one that I like the best is the NYX, but I really need something a little bit better to help with my oily eyelids. So this is kind of a first impression. I went to MAC yesterday and I picked this up. It's similar to the paint pot, except it comes in the tube. Apparently the woman there said that most of them recommend this over the paint pot. I don't know, it was the same amount of money. So Nikkia recommends to put some eyeshadow primer into your T-zone. So we're going to put some here and right here where you get the oil and rub it in. And then with the remainder, and with this stuff, a little bit does go a long way. I'm going to rub it in here and here and let that dry. And I'm just going to mention step 4. Step number 4 is just to avoid any foundation that's going to say dewy or luminous or, you know, hydrating, because it's going to make your skin look even more oily, and some of the ingredients may actually cause your skin to look a little bit more oily than it needs to be. Okay, so like I said, we're going to avoid anything that says dewy, anything that says hydrating. What I have started using, which may be my new holy grail, I'm so excited, is the Lancome Butcher Name 24-Hour Makeup. Here we go. I am in the shade, I believe I'm in 110 Ivory Cool. So what I did is I put about a pump and a half on my Real Techniques beauty blender, and I'm just going to start dabbing it all over the face. And I'm just going to take a second, I'm going to try and do it over here so I can do it better. I did a sample of this foundation before I actually bought it, because it is hefty in price, and I found that it did last all day. I don't know if it really lasts 24 hours. I don't want to test that out because I don't think that that's healthy for your skin. So I'm just, like I said, pressing this into the skin. I normally don't swipe, but I'm just trying to get some of the product, because you want to stipple it more into your pores to really fill them in. And I will have to do some sort of under eye concealing after this. So that is just a pump and a half. And I know that the light is really bright, but it is an excellent match to my neck. It looks beautiful. It doesn't look cakey. And I think that it's better to choose a beauty blender for something like this, something that's full coverage, to kind of sheer it out a little bit. So, just on my forehead. Okay. And now the foundation is done, and we are going to move on to the next step, which I have lost count of. Okay, as with some of the other steps, I'm going to combine 2 of the steps just to make it a little bit easier. The next step is to take your fingers, make sure that they are clean, and press them into your skin, because you're going to want to take all of the product you just put on your face and really pat it into your pores so it stays. So just keep patting, especially in your T-zone. After you're done doing that, you are going to take your damp beauty blender and your setting powder, which I use the Coty Airspun setting powder. And you're going to actually take your damp beauty blender and you're going to dump it. You're going to dump it into your setting powder. And I'm just going to start lightly doing it because this is a little messy, and I'm going to go to the mirror. You're going to press it into your skin. So it's going in pretty nice. It's a little weird not using a brush, but we are trying things out. So press it in and at my forehead. I think I put a little too much in this pan. I don't want it to be too cakey, so I'm just going to take some of it off. And this is one of the areas where I'm most oily. Now, since this is a little cakey, what I'm going to do is take just a little taper brush, and I'm just going to try and smooth it out a little bit. I'm just very, very lightly going over it, just to take some of the excess off, because with this setting powder there is a little bit of excess. So now that I feel like I don't have cake face, I'm going to finish my makeup and I will be right back. I am back. I have finished my makeup for the day. I am allowed to use blotting paper, so I will use those throughout the day if needed, although I'm really hoping that I don't have to. But I have to say, I mean, I don't know if it's translating on camera, but my skin right now is very, very matte. No shine to it whatsoever. So we are going to see if this works or not, and hopefully it does, because that would be a godsend to have oily skin that doesn't get oily throughout the day. So I will check back with you guys later. Hello everybody, I am back for the day. I did end up going down to Delaware. I had a great time at my sister's house. I saw all my family. It was an in-between of inside, outside, by the fire pit. It was a little cold outside, but then obviously by the fire pit it was hot, so I definitely did get to test out the different climates with my routine. And I have to tell you, I mean, I know you can see that there's some shine, but it is not translating to camera how well this worked. I did not blot once today, and it is now 6:29. So this is 10 hours of wear, guys. I don't know if it's the routine, I don't know if it's the foundation, I don't know if it's a combination of the two. I will definitely go ahead and say that this is now my holy grail foundation. I love this. Don't worry about the price tag. Pick this up. It is worth the money, absolutely 100%. I would just like to give a special shout out and a thank you to Nikkia for making that video, because this definitely did work out. It definitely helped me. I wasn't self-conscious looking in the mirror every second. It was kind of nice, you know, not checking, and I would check the mirror just to make sure that it wasn't, and my poor husband was like, please stop checking the mirror. You look fine. And I'm like, but look at how great this looks. And he's like, I don't really care. So anyway, thank you, Nikkia, so much for putting that information out there. I hope that I get to spread it a little bit further with you guys watching. And I am going to probably upload another video tomorrow, because tomorrow's Sunday, which means I'm going to be bored all day because I don't watch football. I know, I'm sorry, but I don't watch football. So I may do a video tomorrow, but final thoughts, this routine did work. I really think it's a combination of the routine and the foundation. I'm very pleasantly surprised. I'm very happy. I feel a lot better. Also, because I took some medicine, so that might be why I'm a little happier now. But anyway, it definitely works. I would definitely take the extra time in the morning to do this if you have oily skin. You know, 2 thumbs up on the skincare routine. If you want to see more videos like this, give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below so I can do more videos like this for you guys, and I will see you all next time. Love you all. Bye.